Over the years that I have helped people with their soil, whether it's growers, farmers, allotment owners, or people just trying to maximize the life in their soil, along the way I have come across numerous books and publications that I've drawn from to either learn from or to be inspired. And I thought today I would share 3 of my favourites with you that will hopefully inspire you or maybe teach you some things about soil that you didn't know. In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 of my favourite books that over the years I have drawn from, either to inspire me or to take little tidbits which can help me think about soil in slightly different ways. So this video is going to be my top 3 books on soil. The first book is this one. It's by a chap called Friend Sykes, and it's called Humus and the Farmer. And for me, this is a really important book for a number of reasons. First reason is it was one of the very first books actually that I read about soil. It also is one of the first kind of storybooks about soil. Friend Sykes was a kind of newbie farmer actually at the time, and he set up a farm not far from me now. He actually bought a farm about 10 or 15 miles from where I live, at a place called Chute, which is on the Hampshire-Wiltshire border in the UK. And this soil in this farm had pretty low, fertility. It was on the North Wessex Downs, so a very thin layer of poor quality soil over thick chalk. And this presented all kinds of problems with his cattle breeding, cattle management that he was looking to do there. Anyway, long story short, Friend developed an innovative way to recycle and reuse the manures from the cattle and stables on the farm and compost it and apply this to the land. And so not only is this a great story, but it also, I think, inspires in terms of taking those resources that you have around them, adapting, innovating with them, and adding high quality organic matter back to the soil. So book number 1, Friend Sykes, Humus and the Farmer. 2 on my list is Malabar Farm by Louis Bromfield, and this is another old book. This one goes back to the 40s. I believe Malabar Farm is or was somewhere in Ohio, and the reason I like this book is because it provides a really romantic narrative about farming and that journey of regeneration of a farm by better managing the soil. It's written in almost a diary type format, which is why the imagery and the narrative is so poetic at times. And I think for me, it kind of just romanticizes working with the land, harnessing nature and using it to get the best of what it has to offer, using it to work with, to produce things. So I'm going to not go into too much detail about it. I thoroughly recommend reading it. It's quite an easy read. It's just a really great story. And if at the end of it you don't want to start growing things, buy a farm or a small area to start managing, I would be wholly surprised. So book number 2, Louis Bromfield, Malabar Farm. Third and final book is this one, which is by a chap called Weston A. Price, and it is Nutrition and the Physical Degeneration. I've spoken about Weston Price in another video. I'll leave a link to that one down below. This is the book which I drew some of that information, some of that content from. It is a super important book because it directly relates declines in human health with declines in soil quality. And this was done, Price basically was a dentist, he travelled the world, and what he found was where an indigenous tribe's tooth quality, teeth kind of health is an indicator of human health. It's one of the indicators of human health. Where he found that kind of the health of teeth was lacking, that was because a more Western diet had been introduced. Where indigenous tribes were of perfect health and had very long life expectancy, there was virtually no corruption of Western diet, so that's kind of processed foods, things like that. And the tribes people were very often working directly themselves with their own land, growing things and living off of quite a simple, straightforward, natural diet. And Price kind of dotted around the world tracking this pattern, but the key thing here is that link between soil health and human health. There's that bit in the middle with kind of what you grow and how you process it or not, but soil health and human health are one of the same. And for me, this book highlights that link so beautifully that it would surely inspire anyone who is looking to grow the healthiest, tastiest food they can for themselves, for their family, with as little external inputs, no chemicals, no kind of corruption of the heavily processed kind of diets that we're subject to these days. So my third and final book, Weston Price, oh God, I've forgotten the name, Nutrition and Physical Degeneration. A great book, highly recommend it. A little bit of a tenuous link, it's not directly soil related, whereas the other two are far more soily, but it is so important. Really, I would probably make that my #1 book for you guys. That does it. There are my top 3 books. There are others actually that I enjoy. I might do another maybe slightly more topical selection of books in the future, perhaps around a slightly different theme or a particular area of soil management or growing. But I'd love to know what your favourite books are, if you have any. If you do, stick them in the comments below. It'd be great to hear from you and see what others think. Otherwise, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. That helps to kind of make it more visible so that others can be inspired by these types of books and this type of content. If you like this type of content, if you're looking to grow the healthiest food that you can naturally without chemicals, and you're looking for tips and advice on how to manage your soil, then I highly recommend subscribing to the channel where I regularly upload videos like this. But for now, we'll leave it there, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.